Speaker. The 500 million allocated to the Spaza Shop Support Fund has the potential to breathe life into our township and rural economies. It is a recognition at last that the informal sector, so often neglected and yet so vital, deserves meaningful investment and partnership. Yet we rise today with a deep sense of concern and not cynicism, for we know too well the tragic pattern that has befallen so many government support programs. But we must be honest, far too many South Africans have heard the word fund and learned to expect not support but scandal. The IFP stands here today to sound the alarm, not in opposition to this initiative, but in defense of its promise. We say, let this not be another fund that disappears into the fog of corruption, bureaucracy, political favoritism, and cadre enrichment. Spaza shops are more than just businesses. In our townships and in rural villages, they are lifelines. They are often the only accessible source of bread, paraffin, airtime, and dignity. They are run by mothers, fathers, gogos, and young people, many of whom have been shut out of the formal economy. And in rural areas especially, these enterprises exist within a living social fabric, led, guided, and supported by traditional leadership. This brings me to another critical point, the role of traditional leaderships, myself being one of them. Traditional leaders are not relics of the past. They are present-day custodians of social and economic life in rural communities. The IFP has always affirmed their value, and we say clearly today, no support fund aimed at rural development can succeed without the meaningful involvement of traditional leaders. They must be consulted and empowered to assist in oversight and respected as partners in economic development. When the government works with Inkosi, it gains trust, cultural insight, and local legitimacy. When it bypasses them, it loses the people. To ensure the effective use of this 500 million rand, the IFP calls for 5 urgent interventions. 1, independent, transparent oversight, including civil society, the Auditor General, and provincial forums of traditional leaders. 2, a public database of beneficiaries, detailing their names, locations, and disbursements, that the people see where their money goes. 3, support beyond money, including business training, access to digital tools, and links to supply chains. 4, prioritization of local registered South African-owned Spaza shops, especially in historically disadvantaged communities. And last but not least, real consequence management. No suspended investigations or shielded officials. Let wrongdoing be met with action, not apologies. South Africans are tired not only of corruption, but its predictability. Every time the government announces a relief fund, people brace themselves for disappointment. This time must be different. Let this fund be the beginning of restored trust between the state and the informal sector. Let it uplift not just economies, but communities. Let it include our traditional leaders, not ignore them. And above all, let it allow our people that the government can spend their money with their interests at heart. The IFP supports the intention behind this fund, but intention is not enough. Only implementation with integrity will deliver justice. Let us not fail the traders who rise before dawn, who sell through hardship. All is a lifeline to so many of them. They trade not for profit alone, but for survival, dignity, and the sustenance of their families. I thank you, Chair.
Thank you. The next